share with us just a little bit of history around that?
Sure. I started in the corrections department